Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. I am your Dungeon Master, Anthony Reed. This is episode 140 and the third episode of the Homecoming story arc. Since the many pennies have split the party, some things are going to be a little different this arc, so get prepared for that. I do have a big announcement to make this coming Sunday, December 16th, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Adventure Incorporated. You can see us live. We're doing a holiday tavern night, similar to what we did for the Adventure March stuff. We're doing this because of you guys, because we got enough new patrons this month, like Chris, Francis, Graydon, Matt, Nick, Alina, just all kinds of new people coming to be a part of our family and give back to the show. Thank you to all of you and all of our patrons. And if you're not a patron, head over to patreon.com/Adventure Inc. and become a patron. Check out all the very cool stuff we have there. And just give back to the show a little bit and earn our undying gratitude and love, because all of our patrons are amazing, and this show wouldn't be what it is without them. That tavern night is for everyone, but patrons will get a special recording of it as well. Join us for that, whether you're a patron or not. It should be a huge, exciting, fun night. I'm so pumped about it. We're going to have special guests. We're going to have cool things happening. I'm just very excited. That's all this week. Make sure you are checking our Facebook and our Twitter for links if you're not already following us on Twitch. That is, again, Sunday night. Come and see us. And let's get into the episode. Nobles and farmers, knights and wenches, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Keth, the fighter monk.
Guys, there's a lot of puppy in this cloak. I needed to say that.
What?
Genevera, the sorcerer.
Genevera, you're sitting there next to Clyde, who just goes, "What the fuck?"
I hold up my hand for a high five.
Jebeddo, the rogue.
As soon as they see the five of you, their expression hardens.
Well, we'll see you later. And Jebeddo just turns.
Gillick, the paladin warlock.
But you're dying again, right? Like, you die, then you get a spirit.
And you're nothing.
And then
you become nothing.
And then you're nothing. That sounds like bullshit. Let's go kill the Death Lord.
And Asher, the druid barbarian.
Yeah, but I'm asking specifically why Jeff is important to Asher.
It's just the first name. You know what? I don't have to justify this.
Let us recall what happened when we last left our heroes.
This body that you're in is broken. It's cracked. It's leaking.
What if
Obviously,
I stay?
I don't...
What? And you take Klug back?
Thank you, Genevera, Gillick. I appreciate it, and I'm really hopeful that I get to see you guys again.
You will.
Prepare yourselves, for this is the tale of Adventure Incorporated. Let's get started.
Yay.
So, you guys are traveling back from the farmer's hut. Traveling back, you three are on horseback. Klug is sort of running alongside. And he's keeping up. He's making good time. For probably like the first 24 hours or so, like how the travel is fairly straightforward. Are there conversations you guys want to have during this time, or are you just trying to get as quickly as you can to Adventure Inc.? What's going on?
Yeah, Klug. We had kind of been trying to set up some sort of leadership back at Adventure Inc. Since we're so often not there, we wanted to talk to you about being one of those people in charge. How would you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like in a way I've always sort of filled that role. So, I mean, I can keep doing it. That's fine. You know, now that I'm out of your mind and into this shell, hopefully we can get there and I can make that happen.
All right, so on behalf of all of us, we'd like to offer you the position, and we think you'd be great to fulfill that role. So I'm glad to hear that.
I should think so. I've been doing it for, 15 years or so now, so I feel like maybe I'd be pretty good at it.
Well, we'll see how it goes, but after the initial probation period, I think you and Iron Shaper are going to make a great team. So just ask them if you have any questions about the
And
role.
Redbridge, too. Don't forget her. She's back, remember?
Yeah.
She's back.
That's exciting.
Wait, she was gone?
Oh, you stop that. She was gone when you were in Keth's brain. You remember. Quit playing.
I mean, wait, I know she was gone? She's been gone this long?
Well, no, she's back now.
Sure, but gone long enough for you to say she's back.
Oh yeah. She was hunting Viltroth for a while, and then after that, she was gone.
Okay. Anyway, yes. I will do whatever I can to help the others run Adventure Incorporated.
I mean, after you're repaired, it seems like you're going to have to get a lot of stuff fixed.
Yeah.
They'll be able to do it. They can handle anything. I mean, they created this situation we have over here, so there's no way they won't be able to.
Good. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be fixed, to have everything back to the way it should be.
Excellent.
A little while later, like Jebeddo's gonna let the dust settle on that conversation for a while, and then when it feels like okay, everyone's pretty like over that bit, things are slightly less weird to like change subject on. He's gonna be like, "Hey, Asher,
Yeah.
what were the feelings that Gorm had when he killed Thorval? Because like in my when I was being Gorm, Thorval was such like a father figure to him that like it really felt it was really surprising to me to find out that Gorm killed him.
The feelings that he felt were he had moved on from the fact that this was something he wanted to do and this is something he had to do. And then Thorval is who, was there for when his brother died too, was no longer gonna help him do it anyways. It didn't seem vindictive, it seemed more practical.
Jeez.
In a way that's just, I've taken the burden of this and I don't need you anymore. I don't think he looks at anyone or anything in any sort of, not that he's human, but like in a human way anymore.
Something awful must have happened in those other realities that we didn't see. Poor guy.
Yeah.
God, because like when Halath died, there was like a lot of loss that like washed over me. Like I didn't know the guy obviously, but like
Sure.
It really shook Gorm.
Yeah. And
something like,
well, here's the thing that's interesting. When I kind of took on Gorm, there was still that feeling of like obsessiveness about this needs to happen. I need to do this, and I don't know if this is like his way of coping with trauma. You know, like, I've lost so much, so I just have to do this. This is the only thing I have left. And that only thing is, destroying the world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it just sucks because it feels like, what our Gorm wanted us to do is talk to him about it. But if that's the most recent feeling that he had before coming here,
I mean, did we ask Jennifer? Well, I mean, she was fairly upset about it. She watched her kill her best friends, I assume. Like, that's over. I mean, I assume he's saying because of me. But, like, that's overwhelming, and I don't know what she felt during that prior. Obviously, Gorm saw us as a thing in the way.
Yeah, we'll have to ask her.
Like, what was was she feeling that same, like, I need this to be done drivenness, or...
Right.
Because it doesn't seem like Gorm sees as anything other than this is just another bunch of people and just another group of things. And as I'm saying that, it's kind of, I think, what Genevera was trying to say, is that we can't just treat other realities as just something else.
Because that's what Gorm does.
Gorm does.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like he had cared about two things. I feel like, Jebeddo, that's what you communicated to me. It was the two most important things were his brother and his mission. He must be using that loss and that hurt. I bet he's just devoting it to this mission, and he's going to give it his all. It's going to be even more dangerous than what we saw before.
Somebody should probably hug that guy. Maybe that'll solve it. Maybe we'll all just
we just need to hug him to death.
Just run up and hug him.
Just a real glomp fest.
Like a genuine, just like go up and genuinely be like, nah, I'm just I'll show you some love, man.
yeah, Keth, try that.
I should do it.
Let's do that.
I think.
I mean, he still kind of caused nothing but insane strife and indirectly caused the death of millions already. But I mean, we can hug him.
There's a but.
Let's ride out. Let's. Hey, Keth. Hey, Klug. Do you mind if we take a detour to go hug Gorm?
Klug does not respond.
Okay,
what?
Klug does not respond.
Klug. Hey,
Klug.
I know you're focusing on running here, pal, but I just made a fucking joke, and it was a pretty good one.
It was like a 6 or 6.5.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Still no response from Klug.
All right, everybody stop, and I slow down my horse, and I hop off. And I imagine Klug is continuously still walking away from me.
He is. That's like he has his order, and he's going to keep going.
Yep. Okay. All right, Klug, stop. And I'm trying to I grab him by the arm and try and
As soon as you say stop, he stops moving.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. And I open up his chest again.
Yeah, you can still see the cracks are sort of streaming the light that you filled them with.
Shit.
What's going on in there, dude?
Well, those cracks, I don't know if you remember you saying that he's leaking.
Yeah.
Come take a look at this. He's literally leaking.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, I can keep trying to cast restoration on him and just kind of to tide him over. I think that's my best bet. Just periodically do that.
Yeah, man. He said it helped. It brought him back to his senses. So maybe just put that little plug in.
So,
yeah.
Keth, when you saw him in the crystal prison thing,
yeah,
did he mention the last time that he rebooted? basically? Like, did you talk about that at all?
No, we didn't delve into if this leaking was different. I could just see he seemed run down.
Yeah, I worry about what constantly reliving the same loop is going to do to him, right? Like,
yeah. I wish there was a way that I could just put him back in your brain, Keth.
is he better running like this? Or should we
Put him in a cart.
keep refreshing him? Like, keep rebooting him like this?
Anthony, he is, you said that, like, in literally, quite literally see leaks, right?
Yeah, you sort of see this sort of yellowy abjuration streaming out of small cracks in the gemstones.
And is it, like, it's just, like, trickles, but just obviously noticeable, right?
Noticeable, yeah.
Okay. I mean, how far away?
It's not.
are
It
we?
doesn't leak like a liquid. It leaks like light.
I get it. Okay, that makes more sense. But either way, how far away are we from Adventure Inc.?
Still, probably another 13 days.
What's the closest town?
There's some more villages in Bradmont that would be nearby. But what are you looking for?
Just a spellcaster of note that we can like try and kind of like patch him up and to get him to where we need to be. Would there be anyone that
Yeah,
I've bumped
are there
into?
wands in this world where we could buy, like, a wand of restoration?
Maybe, but probably not out here on the fringes of Bradmont, especially with Bradmont politically how it is right now. Probably any casters of note are going to be in the capital. In all reality, probably the closest person that could do anything like that is at Adventure Incorporated.
Great.
Right. I mean,
What if
Go
we send an animal messenger to Adonan, Iron Shaper, and have them head towards us? We could maybe cut down the...
meet in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know if they could bring something to fix them, or...
I don't know
It's
if
not
your
a-
animal can get that far, right? Isn't it 24
It's
hours?
24 hours, I believe, unless I cast it at a higher spell. So I think it can only get 4 days. Or Animal Messenger. Yeah. Third level increases by 48 hours for each slot above second. So if I cast it at fourth level, oh boy, 48 times 2 plus 24. Whatever that is.
5 days.
So 5 days. So they could
Yeah.
meet you 2 days earlier. They could meet you... It would be 11 days of travel instead of 13 days of travel.
But we... Right, but we wouldn't still be able to get there because it's 50 miles an hour. So,
So they definitely go faster than you.
yeah. So,
But
it could-
it's only going to save you a day or two off the trip, and they'll have to meet you in the road.
Yeah.
I think that's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I go, I begin the ritual.
Well, I mean, you're still several days away from...
Yeah, you would want to wait until we're 5 days out to cast it.
50 miles. So it would move 50 miles an hour for 5 days.
Oh,
50 miles per 24 hours.
50 miles per 24 hours?
Yeah.
That's not very fast at all.
No.
That's walking
Wow,
speed.
that's.
What do you send in,
sucks.
like a squirrel or something?
It's a bird, so whatever a bird. That seems weird. Okay. Yeah, never mind.
Birds they need time. They need ample time to rest, apparently. They just can't.
They work for 1 hour a day.
Classic
You're like-
lazy-ass birds.
Jesus.
You're like, Sparrow, go and carry my message. And it like just flits to another tree and it's like drinking. And you're like, what? And it's like, I'll get to
It'll
it.
get there eventually. Yeah.
I'm going.
All right,
Someone else
well,
is just looking at you like, this is how you send messages? You're like, oh, it always happens eventually for me.
send a raven ish. Like,
And
all
now
right,
we
well,
wait.
I cast. I think right now I want to just
done
patch
all
him up.
I can.
Asher kicks back, just fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bird's just sitting in the tree. Well,
Well,
these
Wow,
things
being
take
an-
time, guys. Leave me alone.
the day in the life of a druid. It's time for a nap.
Damn.
I think
The bird
I'm
comes
gonna-
back and lands on your shoulder, just sits there.
Yeah. He's gonna deliver the message when we get there.
Go on, bird. Tell him.
Go on. It's all right. Oh boy.
Sorry, continue.
I was gonna say, I'm saying to the group, I think I'm still gonna do lesser restoration right now and try and keep him together as best I can.
Jebeddo, yeah.
Is this
going to
be like a
each
maintenance?
time
Yeah, I was
is-
gonna say, is this gonna be something that we could like do proactively to like maintain where he's at?
I mean, that's my best. That's the. I mean, I can try and heal him, like actively heal him, but I don't know how that works with.
Yeah, I don't think.
Constructs.
Yeah, this guy isn't gonna benefit from like physical regeneration like we do. I think.
Yeah.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if this is something that we can like maintain on him, like cast as maintenance every X number of hours so that he doesn't reset?
Roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh, that's a natural 20, baby. Plus 3 intelligence.
Yum, yum.
So, as you sort of glance around in here and using some deductive reasoning that you have from the from what you know from before, plus how this is all, you do know that there's a significant amount of alchemy in here,
Right.
And you actually now know the main piece of alchemy that he uses for these, which are the spirit charms.
Sure.
You don't think that the restoration spells will cause any sort of preventative maintenance. However, you also it seems like when you jam this magic in there and you sort of reset him, it streams out quickly. And then as the magic streams out and dissipates, it slows over time. Left on a long enough timeline, eventually his soul will leak from these gems. However, it'll be very, very slow. And so once his consciousness is gone, he is still leaking out, but at a very, very slow pace.
Got it. So he should be good for us to get back to Adventure Incorporated, or...
Yeah, you feel like it's unlikely all of him will be lost in that time frame. And that the regeneration just sort of... It goes in, and then it all leaks out. It doesn't really do anything to stem the tide.
Okay. I go ahead and explain that to everybody.
Well, that stinks.
So I think we just need to
Keep going.
push
All
these
ass.
horses as hard as we can without killing them
Yeah.
until we get to the next place where we can trade them out and push those horses as hard as we can.
Okay. Let's. How many of us are there? There's 4, right?
Yeah.
There's
Three men and a robot.
yeah,
3 in a robot, and that only lasts an hour. Well, I'll
3 men and a robot.
It's our
for
newest
two-
Chuck Lorre sitcom.
For 2 of the hours, I'm gonna cast Longstrider on our horses and Klug, which
Cool.
increases the target speed by 10 feet, and it lasts for an hour.
Okay.
So, and then for 2 of the, I only have 2 fourth level spells, so I can only do it twice.
So that's 100 feet a minute. So you've increased their speed by 6,000 feet over the course of that hour.
Which
Yeah,
is
baby.
a full mile an hour
Yeah, that's an
faster.
extra mile an hour. Yeah,
That's
fine.
not nothing.
Yeah.
it's not nothing.
Correct.
So-
it's 1 mile.
You might even say it's something.
It's 1
Yeah.
mile.
So you guys go a whole
20 feet.
mile deeper than you intended to over the course of this hour.
No, 2 mile, and then another hour we do it again.
Keth's
So you
hair
get 2
slightly
miles deeper
blown.
than you intended today.
Yeah.
So we'll do this. We'll say that over the next 2-week period, you guys travel by horseback, doing as Jebeddo suggested, riding the horses very hard, trading them off when you can at various like farms and villages and stuff. A couple of times, you guys just sort of have to let them go. Like, the horses are too ragged, too run dry, and you guys need to walk, and there's nowhere around. You find a place shortly thereafter that you are able to buy new horses at, but that's just sort of the cycle that you're on.
Sure.
And ultimately, horses are fairly cheap, so, like, relative to your hoard of money.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many dollars do we lose? How many golds do we lose here?
You lose 40 gold over the
Wow.
course of this 2-week period.
Sweet.
Between the three of us,
Each. 40 gold each.
right? Aw,
That's great.
boo.
Worth it.
And do we personally accrue any sort of exhaustion levels?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are certainly tired, right? I mean, you're probably spending minimal amounts of time resting on this path. I suspect at one point you guys see like a whole army of orcs moving in toward Bradmont. You guys duck out of the way, you hide, you spend a couple hours resting while they pass, hidden away. And then you're back on the road. But after, you guys clock in, with an extra 2 miles a day, you get to come in just a little bit earlier than expected as you arrive back at Adventure Incorporated at the end of 13 and a half days.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been 14 days.
That's right.
So around noon, you sort of make your way up to the compound at Adventure
Do
Incorporated.
you have any idea how many horses we killed to get here?
So many.
Didn't kill them.
Where is everyone?
Yeah, everything's on fire because Anthony loves doing this shit to us.
No, in fact, when you arrive, the gates are open, but beyond the gates, you see that everything seems to be running very smoothly.
Yay!
Are they hanging wreaths? What is the season that we're in?
So it's you guys are probably still in early, like mid to late fall. So
Fall.
it is cold at night.
Foam,
It is
right?
yes, yeah.
Not
But
Hotham.
that is interchangeable. And you guys are making your way. Yeah, you're in third foam for sure, like late third foam. You guys make your so it's cold, it's chilly, it's getting close to when the snow is going to begin, and you can feel that crispness in the air, but it has not happened yet.
Just apple pies everywhere, baby.
Yeah, it looks like they probably they just had the big harvest celebration. Oddly, it does not look like they managed to snag a rock this year to
Oh, what?
to feed everyone with. But
That's sad.
I
yeah.
wonder why.
Anyway, so you guys make your
I
way
know why,
in.
Patreon subscribers.
You guys make your way into the compound.
Great.
I immediately start looking for Adonan.
Sure. Okay. You guys head to Adonan's sort of residence, which is in the central tower, pretty close to the first floor. You guys get in there, and Adonan he's got 5 potions brewing simultaneously. They're all bubbling away. You just sort of like the door is wide open, and he's just like actively mixing like a bunch of things, and does not seem to even notice that you're there.
Hey, Adnan, how can I help out? They've got something real important to explain to you. I'll keep these things all going. Tell me where we're at with each of them.
He turns around. He's like, "Oh, Jebeddo, yes. These 4 are all set. Nothing should go wrong at all, and don't burn the soup in the back." And then he just like walks over to Asher.
Right, 5 potions, you say. Potion of soup.
Yeah, Jebeddo goes into the back to stir the soup.
Yeah.
Minor chicken noodle.
Asher, yes, you have something important for me. What can I do for you? Oh, generous leader of this organization, I suppose.
Asher's ego inflates 10 times.
Shit.
And he pops.
Aneurysm. All right.
I assume Klug is right beside me or behind me. I just gesture as like, well, we found Klug, and Klug, hold on, and I open up his chest, and I was like, I think this looks bad. His soul is leaking out of these gems. Can you fix?
Adonan sort of like looks around inside. He's like, wizard balls. I was worried something like this might happen.
My favorite curse.
He pulls Klug over and sort of just like lays him out on like a stone slab in the center of the room, and he's like, he's spirit charms. Spirit charm does a good job of maintaining and holding a soul, a presence within it, but in terms of being accessed like this, it was sort of a gamble from the get-go. Maybe he turns back to one of his potions. It's like a sticky yellow salve, and he pulls out some and rubs it into the crevice of the crystal, and it sort of hardens up almost instantly. And he taps it a couple of times, and it just shatters to a dust. And he's like, no, damn it, okay.
Is that bad?
It just didn't work. It's not bad per se. I was just hopeful, but of course not.
Do you think Iron Shaper could help?
Go and speak with Iron Shaper about this. I'll try to figure something out. Jebeddo, the soup should be fine. You can go too.
Jebeddo comes out with the spoon in his mouth, and he's like, well, I don't know, I think it could use honestly just a touch more cayenne. I think it's fine, but I think there's something missing.
He's like, probably, as he stares down at the mess of cracked crystals in front of him.
And so Jebeddo heads out with the boys.
All right.
Boys, we them boys.
Let's go find Iron Shaper.
So you head to Iron Shaper, who has taken up residence in the Quartermaster's area, where he is doing his forging and whatnot. And sort of as you approach him, he's like, many pennies?
Hey, Iron Shaper, we found Klug, and he's leaking out of those soul crystal things. Adnan's working on him. Maybe you can go over there and help him?
Did he send you over here?
Yeah, we asked that maybe you could help, and he said, yeah, go get him. Go talk to him.
Yeah, have a seat.
Okay.
What? Okay.
He just wanted you out of his way.
Oh.
I don't know anything about those soul crystals. That's him. I built the armor. If the armor's intact, there's nothing I can do about that. Have a seat. He just wanted you out of his hair.
Yeah, that's fair.
If he can figure it out, he will. Just, what's going on? How are things happening? How's it going?
We've been busy.
Yeah. This happened, and Jebeddo pulls out the unseen blade. Or the all-seeing blade.
It's
like,
nothing.
Where is it?
There's nothing in his hand.
The unseen blade.
So this is
May
pretty
I?
cool. Yeah, of course.
He takes it from you, and he as it's crackling with energy still, he sort of holds it in his hand reverently. He holds it up to the light as he's inspecting the blade. He says, This is the blade I saw in my dreams. This is the one that I was pushing you guys towards. Look at it. It's resplendent. The one who sees all but goes unseen. The one who makes this swishy noise.
Yeah.
But crackles with the power hidden beneath. This is a weapon with a purpose. He hands it back to you.
Yeah, well, mine's a ghost.
Did yours have a similar transformation? Has it reached the point that I dreamt of?
It reached that point like a while ago. I thought I had already shown you it. And I pull it out, and it's like, it had leveled up in the place of necromancy.
Yeah. Has everyone had this experience now?
Keth takes out the Redeemers in a quarterstaff form.
Yeah.
Yes, they have.
Where? Well, let me see. Where is Ataha? Where is Verdum? I would like to see these as well.
So,
Oy.
well, and then Jebeddo goes ahead and explains kind of where they're at and what's going on.
So Iron Shaper calls for a runner and sends him off after Redbridge to come and meet you guys all down here. He's like, that's something that Redbridge ought to know as well. Maybe we can get a team out there as soon as we can. We'll send one today. I mean, I'm sure we can find a couple of people.
That was kind of what we were thinking. We feel like we kind of owe it to him, right? After taking their Klug. Well, you know.
Makes sense to me.
And so...
I think we passed a horde of orcs on the way. I think they were... were they heading in the same direction?
I mean, they were heading off toward the center of Bradmont, toward the capital,
okay.
But...
Yeah, if you want to tell the team to just follow the trail of horses, should lead them just right back to Cleven's house.
We left like skeletons of horses, just as like breadcrumbs.
Nope.
Skeletons? You guys,
No.
you guys tore the muscles off of horses?
All alive but tired. They were apart, but they were well cared for.
Yeah, just follow the trail of thirsty horses.
Just thirsty. They'll be lapping up water.
But not the adventuring team. The thirsty horses.
Maybe we'll send the thirsty horses.
Yeah, you should send the thirsty horses.
They're pretty good. You know,
real sturdy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, why didn't you send them out to get the harvest dinner? What was the deal with that?
What happened?
The harvest dinner? You know those I can never remember their name. They're like the blings or the blag.
The forgotten
Close
gloves.
enough.
The
Something
gloves.
like that.
Yeah, I think
anyway,
their name is definitely the Glubs, and I won't be told otherwise.
They went out to get dinner and they never came back. I don't know.
They just quit?
I guess I'm not going to lie to you guys. There are a lot of opportunities opening up with the split of the kingdoms, and it's not totally surprising to see people jump ship to go somewhere else. But it is rude to do it when you're on a mission actively. But that's on them.
Huh. They didn't seem the type.
Yeah.
I don't know. That kind of doesn't surprise me.
No.
What? They're so nice.
We're so nice.
That's fine.
We got to talk about them like they're dead now that they left the company.
Yeah, they're dead to us.
Wait, they didn't take the cook with them, did they?
No.
Oh, good.
He's still here.
Good.
I like that cook.
He's great.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been here a long time. Like a long time.
So long. Too long.
Well, I'm glad he's still here.
He says, so these weapons.
Yeah. Thank you.
We like our other characters, Anthony, okay?
Don't take them away.
Listen, I just want to know if you can tell anything about kind of like what I'm supposed to do next to like imbue it with more power.
Imbue it with more power. I mean, these weapons are about as close to done as I think they can be. Look, you gave them names. You gave them a purpose. And you, through your efforts, enhanced these weapons. They grew. They changed. They gained power. But they still have purposes to fulfill. I'll be honest with you. I may have... When I told you they were of a dual purpose, they are of a dual purpose. But one purpose must be achieved before the other can be. They were built to achieve their first purpose before they would be ready to achieve their second. You have to do what the weapon is intended to do before you'll be able to take on Gorm.
Well, good thing mine's on the way to Gorm. Because I think mine was to purify the tribe. Mm-hmm. Thinking, oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, we can take on Dunglaris now. We should be able to.
Yeah, Mr. Untouchable. That was not.
Well, in some ways, this weapon should. It has a purpose. Its purpose is to do this.
Yeah.
So, it is ready to begin that process. Now, I suspect that process requires a lot of energy. You guys have been doing a good job feeding these weapons energy so far at those ley lines, but you're at a point now where these weapons are ready to begin their totality, to finish what they are intended for.
That's pretty cool.
Gather energy where you can, get them as powerful as you can from those places of power, but then be prepared to do what the weapons are made to do.
Okay. Well, shoot.
Wow.
Cool.
Guess we gotta wait for the rest of the gang.
Maybe, but it's probably going to be a while, right? I mean,
Probably gonna be at least a month.
Yeah, about a month.
from now.
Ugh.
Right.
Redbridge knocks on the door to the quartermaster's area, and pokes a head in. I heard the many pennies are back. Ah, there you are.
Hey, Redbridge.
Iron Shaper says, Redbridge, come on in. Jebeddo was just explaining to me what's happened with his friends. And I assume you just tell Redbridge as well?
Yeah. 100% honest.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, we're working on a way to fix Klug now?
Yeah. Adnan's on it, and he's our best shot.
Adonan comes into the room. He's sort of like wiping his hands.
In a good way.
I've killed Klug.
Well, problem solved.
Nope,
Anyways, who wants soup?
he is not wiping his hands in a good way.
Ugh.
I now regret making that joke.
I'm at a loss. The method I intended to try with this particular creation sadly did not pan out. These crystals cannot be used in the way that I had hoped that they had been able to be used in, and I worry that there is little I can do to fix this situation.
Is there anyone else you think could come up with something? Like anyone, any other experts?
Can we put him back in Keth's head? Like, if we could just save his soul. I don't want him to just fade away.
I am loath to mention this in present company and considering the state of things here in Carapath, but there is one possible option that we could try and pursue. If you knew a very powerful necromancer.
Okay.
As he had been saying, like, I am loath to pursue, Jebeddo had been leaning closer and closer forward, like closer and closer on the edge of his seat.
Right.
And then when he said necromancer, Jebeddo like kind of curled in on himself a little bit.
Keth was still
if you knew
close.
If you knew a powerful necromancer, it is possible that they could take the spirit that is still within this crystal in some capacity and transfer it to a new form.
I don't want to speak for him, but I cannot, even if this was a good idea, I cannot imagine Klug would go for this.
Yeah, it feels like making a lich.
Feels like making a lich.
Were you just checking it twice when you said that?
Gotta find out who's naughty or not.
Redbridge
Necromancer's coming to town.
Redbridge is silent.
He kills you. I'm sorry.
She's just sort of staring at the floor.
Jog my memory. Viltroth was on the compound and then left.
Viltroth has not been at the compound for a
while.
long time, yeah.
Right. But he left us a cell phone stone, I think.
The last place you saw Viltroth was when you saw
The
Elytra.
Coatl. Right.
Yeah, the Coatl.
Right.
If you have a cell phone stone from him in your, that you are certain you have a cell phone stone from him, fine, but I don't know that. And
I
don't know
remember.
that you have it either.
Keth has one.
If anyone had it, it would be Genevera.
Yeah, Keth.
Right.
But I don't remember.
He's got it.
And if she does,
takes
she
it out.
has it, so.
Cell phone stone.
I don't believe you.
Well, that's probably a good idea.
Keth,
Yeah.
you have some sort of bond with Klug.
Yeah, we've been inside each other a lot.
Phrasing, man. I was wondering if you would talk to him about this and see what he feels.
I just want to know if there are other options other than that. But it sounds like there's nothing else other than this lich idea.
I have tried with the alchemy that I know. If I am open to other suggestions, perhaps there are other avenues we can try. If we know... you carry a very powerful artifact of necromancy. Perhaps that
Sure
is
do.
an option that we could pursue as well. Perhaps we can just... I don't know.
What about just a... I don't know.
And then I appreciate everything you've done for us here, and just can you please just try and think on it, and I can talk to Klug, but just don't give up.
Like, what about a powerful cleric? We haven't met... The powerful clerics we've met have all tried to kill us. So...
There are stories, ancient stories, of the magics that you talk about. But I have not seen or heard of any cleric powerful enough to do such a thing in ever. I suppose the deep magic of the Celestials could be capable of such a thing, but I've certainly never seen it happen, and last I checked, Celestials were not ones to intervene in such matters.
Well...
Yeah.
Talk to Klug.
Yeah, I'll talk to Klug.
And I'm going to retire to my quarters to try and get some rest.
Before you do, Redbridge says, go, talk to Klug, see if there is an option there, and you should get some rest. You've been traveling hard. But we're sending runners to this farm, but we should discuss what comes next for you three. I don't think it is wise to spend the next month sitting around waiting for Genevera and Gillick to return.
No, I'll go crazy.
And there is too much
To do.
that needs to be done.
Okay.
I have some potential options for you, or if you have something that you think you should do, then we can do that as well. But we can discuss it after you've rested, but be prepared.
All right. Yeah, I wanted to talk to Klug before I rest.
Okay. So, Jebeddo, you're going to head off to rest first?
I'm going to head off to my quarters, yeah.
Yeah.
When I get there, I'm going to pull out the all-seeing blade and just kind of like
yeah, it's time.
polish that sword a little bit. No.
No, when you pull out the all-seeing blade, you have to cover it before you do that, because it's watching.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm just gonna like
and turn around all your figurines and
get under the covers all the way, right? You guys don't do that? That's not part of your...
I was with you.
not recently, no.
I was with you.
So nobody can see you. You can't see anyone else. No distractions.
Get in the zone.
And I hold... So... Auto zone?
Auto something.
Hey, whatever works. I just do jingles in my head. Whole time.
I'm gonna press the the hand the hand covering of the rapier up against my forehead and kind of think into it and try and ask for guidance from Callisto on what the options are for Klug, right? Like, she sees everything. She knows all the pathways, and that's kind of...
I love Anthony's, you've thrown me for a loop face.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I want this to be a video podcast so much. Is
So bad. Oh, the face he made was so he didn't expect this.
Shit, I didn't see this coming. We were doing masturbation jokes, and he actually had a thing.
Damn it! Damn it!
Make a charisma check.
Can it be at advantage since I play him so much better than the stats suggest?
Nope. If anything, that's a hindrance.
14.
So you focus on this blade, and you're thinking about this problem, trying to sort of reach beyond. Whether or not you get an answer from beyond, or you're just thinking about things, is hard to say.
Sure.
One of the thoughts that occurs to you is that one of the possibilities may be that it's just time to let Klug go.
Right.
That to just, instead of slowly letting him leak out, destroy the object, allowing his spirit to go and rest.
Yeah, that was the first thought that Mike, the player, had anyway. Poor Klug.
Another of your thoughts is that maybe it's okay to trust in this magic. That to have it, to turn to necromancy and trust that they can preserve Klug and bring him back. That might be okay. Your third thought is in the magic of one another. In sharing and holding on to the bond that you have with Klug. Maybe even holding on to the object itself and trying to preserve him until you can find another way. That, in a way, it's sort of kicking the can down the road, but that maybe with your connection to him, with Klug, with Redbridge, with the organization, with Keth, with Redbridge, with the organization, maybe there is a way that you guys can just sort of hold on to enough Klug to carry through until you can find something else. Other than that, you don't really see a whole lot of better options.
Great. Jebeddo steals a page out of Gillick's book, pulls a flask off the wall, opens it up, takes a swig, and goes to bed.
Asher, what do you do?
It's still afternoonish, or it's still like late day.
Probably late afternoon, probably mid to late afternoon, yeah. But you've been traveling hard.
Yeah. I'd like to go visit the Sylvan Monument, but I'm not going to do it by myself. So I say Rikus, and he appears.
No, you don't. If you say Rikus, he won't appear. You say Ficus, and he shows up.
Right.
Power word, Rikus.
Yeah. So you go and find Rikus, and
You need something?
he accompanies you to the Sylvan Shrine.
Sure. And I'm like a little bit worn and tired, and but I'm like, I mean, Rikus, I just need to make sure that I don't. Last time I did this by myself, I died. So just make sure that doesn't happen.
I understand, my lord.
And at least, or alert me if there's a possibility, and we can just
course.
duck out. So I go to the Sylvan Shrine. God damn it, Mike! You like stole my thunder. I had such a similar idea.
Do it.
So I go to the shrine, and like I've kind of been. Asher has been, he's kind of an in the moment kind of guy, obviously, but he's been thinking about the pendant of necromancy a lot, and he thought about it again when he was looking at Klug and like all the gems in there, and the fact that there's a soul in there, and he has 2 on his side. And so he's kind of like looking for guidance in because he's not comfortable with necromancy, but he knows that he has used it, and if we let Klug go, he becomes part of the ether. But if we keep him with us, he's like meditating on all these kind of confusing thoughts, and thinking about like the fact that he's scared of the thing that's right on the side of his hip that powers the lich that killed people, and the fact that he has one of those people in his like pendant.
Roll a charisma check.
That's lovely. Oh, cool. I don't add anything. 18.
As you're sort of in this place, you sort of begin
Donald
to hear...
comes out of nowhere.
No. You begin to hear the whispers around here. Whispers of magic that sort of resonate in this place. Mm-hmm. And as you spend so much time thinking about this pendant, you start to hear, or at least you think you start to hear, other voices as well. Mm-hmm. And those voices are very familiar to you.
Why do you fight this idea of letting him go?
Because he's a friend. I don't want to let any friend go. Also, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Rob the player is so excited.
When it is time for one to leave this world, is it not customary for us to not have a way to hold on? It is an abrupt leaving.
I mean, I don't know. I cheated death. Like, why can't other people cheat death? Like,
and in a way, I suppose we have cheated death as well.
Yeah.
But so too has he.
I mean, we're all... I mean, you know how it feels to just be there and be like, I guess I'm done. It's hard to let go. And I don't want to
difficult.
try and hang on and make it worse.
It is hard to know the path to take. But sometimes these choices are outside of our control. I came with you because you needed someone to make that sacrifice. I will never feel that peace, that ending. Would you bind him to this same fate?
I mean, now you're making me feel bad for doing this to you.
I chose this. It was a way for me to serve.
It is more than that.
Hey, Hilarion.
It is that our other choice was not a choice at all. I do not agree with Slusk. What you do here, you stop, you prevent nothingness, the void. Because even if he goes to that place, if he travels through the pendant to the realm of necromancy, what then? Consumption? The end?
I mean, but you become part of everything else. Like you, right? But you also become nothing. So
You become nothing.
oof. I came here for guidance, and I feel even more conflicted.
I think the questions that have no easy answers do this to us.
Yeah, that's right.
You must do what feels right, what feels best for those you care about. But do not mistake your longing, your grief.
Yeah. That's what this is, so. Asher, stops focusing on the pendant, and, kind of, silently stands up. Just, stands there kind of, listlessly for a while. And then...
Blade sinks into your back from Rikus.
God damn it!
I'm kidding.
I fucking knew it. It's me, Rikus. I'm part of a secret order.
I've been thinking about it, and I'm going to kill you.
You keep saying my name wrong and summoning me. Anyways, now that I'm just gonna go shift back into feeling sad again, seamlessly.
Thank you.
Jesus, you're welcome. I'm an actor. And after chuckling to himself about the fact that he may have literally just died to Donald again. Sorry. That's how I grieve. With jokes. He kind of walks over to the shrine, kind of puts his hand on it. He says, I guess this was goodbye. And then he starts to leave.
Keth, you make your way back into Adonan's office area there. And you place your hand on the stone as you did before, and you let that feeling wash over you. And you are back in this sort of crystal prison. Was there something you want to do before that?
Yeah.
So,
Can he?
Okay, what do you want?
Can he pray to the Red God and ask for guidance? No, I'm just kidding.
You can try.
No.
Yeah,
Quit being a bitch.
Right.
Why don't you murder him?
More blood, please.
You know, if you just killed him, you wouldn't have this problem.
It sounds like you have an extra soul. I'll take it off your hands.
Undead
Have you
Keth
considered
approaches.
snapping it?
I don't know, punch it?
What about
I'm a
exerting
red
your
god.
might?
Great. No, he's not. He won't do that.
Okay. So you press your hand against the stone. You feel that energy wash over you, and you are back in that crystal prison with the sort of beleaguered Klug.
Hey, buddy. I'm back.
Yes.
Have you been able to kind of see what's been going on the outside?
There is nothing beyond this for me.
Okay.
This prison.
So we are back at Adventure Incorporated. And Adnan took a look at you. How are you doing?
I can feel it slipping away from me. I can feel the emptiness calling. I felt maybe a little warmth for a moment, but it wasn't real. It faded away.
Yeah, Gillick and Asher put a little patch on the soul stones, and I think that was that. But it's temporary, if anything.
I'm scared.
Klug, if we could, find a new miraculous way to kind of patch you back up, like, is that what you would want?
Yeah, I don't want to give in to the nothingness. All I have right now is hope.
Yeah, it's what we've all only had for quite a while, but did we go over did we talk to you about when we were in the necromancy ley line? Did we go over like kind of what comes next, like the whole, so you kind of can make an informed decision?
My memories aren't really here. That's not what this is. This place is not of the mind.
Yeah. Adnan doesn't think he can fix you. He is going to keep trying. He's going to keep looking, but if he seems to be running out of ideas. I'm so sorry, Klug.
He just sort of stares at the ground between his feet. He's sort of sitting with his knees up, just staring between them at the ground.
He's sitting on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keth goes and sits next to him, just kind of mimics the pose and just lets silence sit there for a minute.
I don't know what you want me to say. I don't want this to be the end. I didn't want any of this to be the end. I was trying to be helpful. I was trying to do what I've done for a long time, to fight the bad guys, to revel in glory with my friends and allies. since then I've been stuck. Trapped.
Yeah.
Hasn't really worked out the way I wanted.
Klug, you've reveled quite a bit in your time with us and long before we came around.
I feel that. I don't remember it. I don't remember anything. What I have are my connections. The bonds I made with you. With this place. People, family, friends. I don't want to let it go.
We don't want that either. I just don't want. Adnan mentioned using necromancy to bring you back. You know, he doesn't know if it would work, but what do you think of that?
I don't even know how to begin to think about that. That's...
Yeah. This sucks. I don't want to just keep kind of pulling you back and forth and jolting you back into your body and out of it, and we've been putting you through a lot because you're so important to us and to this fight, and I just can't express how grateful we've been to you or been for you.
I don't want to be the reason that you struggle. I don't want you to have to fight to fix something when there are other fights that need to be fought.
Yeah, there are a ton of fights out there.
But I don't want to. I don't want to stop fighting either. Here or out there.
Then
I don't know, Keth. I don't know.
Then that's what we'll do. That's, if that's what you want us to keep looking for solutions. We'll push the boundaries. We'll try anything, and we'll just try until the bitter end. You're definitely not a burden, but I wanted to get your permission to keep trying. I didn't want to just keep on forcing you.
Do what you must, Keth, but know this. I will never hold it against you, whatever you decide. I understand, and I forgive you.
Keth puts his arm around him and puts his head to his. You mean the world to me, brother.
The image fades from your mind.
Keth wants to talk to Adnan and just let him know that Klug wants to keep fighting and to try anything and everything he can think of, but run it by us first.
He agrees.
Okay. Keth's tired.
Keth heads off to bed. and with that...
Hey adventurers, DM Anthony here again. I just want to remind you that there are lots of ways to support the show. Head on over to patreon.com/adventureinc. Tell your friends about the show. Rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Links and more can be found at adventureinc.podbean.com. Thanks everyone, we'll see you next week.
You were in Keth's head during the Lich attack.
To be fair, maybe...
No, that's when I wound up in Keth's head.
Was it?
Right. Yeah, because
No.
well, Klug
No,
was...
you're right, you're right.
Well, Klug was
Disregard,
undead
you're right.
at that point.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
cut that part where Anthony looks wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one
Klug's
cutting
body.
it, so obviously I'm going to cut it.